This is the entrance of the Gilmore Car Museum. We are at the Gilmore Car Museum. Welcome to Guest Adventures, where everyone is a guest, including me. The museum is actually in Hickory Corners, Michigan. 90 acres worth of these classic automobiles. They even have some smaller classic cars. As you first walk in, there's some classic station wagons. That's a 57 Buick. Here you have a 59 Ford. That's an 89 Chevrolet Caprice Estate. 1997 Buick. A 56 Pontiac. Now if you come here, each car has very descriptive placards by it. That classic front end on that Pontiac. Here you got your 1950 Oldsmobile. And there's information all throughout the museum. Something I did not know. It says Plymouth sold more station wagons than any other body style it produced. How about a 1992 Buick Roadmaster Estate Wagon? There's this beautiful 1938 Mercedes-Benz. Next to it, 1937 Mercedes-Benz. $1929 Stutz. $1930 Bentley. And then a beautiful 1929 two-tone blue Duesenberg. Separate windscreen for the passengers in the back. $1938 Delage. Got little wings on the bumpers. And a very sloped, very aerodynamic back end. How about a V16 Cadillac Roadster, 1930? That's a Marmon, 1931. This is a 1930 Packard 745 Victoria Coupe. Beautiful automobile. Nice black with that red highlight. It's convertible. There's also cases with model cars in them. A couple of very interesting benches made from tailgates. There's Dodge, Chevrolet. And a classic 1948 Tucker. Tucker had that center light that would turn as the car was turning. Simple but practical interior, and a lot of legroom in the back. And that classic Tucker rear end. A 1953 Corvette Roadster. How about a 1963 Chrysler turbine car? A 1959 Metropolitan two-door hardtop. They even have some motorcycles like this 1952 Triumph TR5 Trophy, as driven by a Fonzie in the TV show Happy Days. A 1958 Packard Hawk Sport Coupe. How about a 1969 classic Yenko Super Camaro? Labeled as a Yenko SC. You can imagine there's way too many cars to show everything, but this is a section of the building just labeled muscle cars. '68 Chevrolet Z28 Camaro. with the hideaway headlights. And look at that expensive sticker on it. $3,803. Base price of the car was $26.94. $35 destination charge and $1,074.55 for the accessories added. And since we can't have pop-up headlights anymore for safety reasons, I think we need to go back to these hidden away lights. I think it makes a very classic looking front end when you don't see the headlights. Not that this Hurst Olds looks bad, but can you imagine if those headlights popped away and just had one big solid black grille? A 1954 Kaiser Darren, little two-seat roadster. But look at that unique door, slides into the car. And what classic car collection would be complete without a 1958 Edsel? Cars here from every era. Like I said, there's no way you'll be able to see them all. There's multiple buildings, and then the buildings are separated when we get out there by car type or manufacturer. This is an amazing museum. If you even have a remote interest in automobiles, this is a museum you gotta visit. This room features Lincolns, from old classic 1931 Lincoln K to a 2019 Lincoln Aviator Concept. A 1932 Lincoln to a 1929 Lincoln L with a back end that I have never seen before. It's like a tail rudder. Separate back compartment. It's a small non-see-through windscreen. A 1961 Lincoln convertible sedan with the suicide doors. But you don't see many four-door convertibles. But this was one. A classic front end of the Lincoln Continental Mark II Sport Coupe. One of the original traditions of all the Mark cars was the tire bubble in the back. Really is an amazing place with all these amazing cars. Well worth the time to come out here. Now this was a classic Lincoln, 1960 Lincoln Continental Mark V four-door hardtop with its classic headlamps that weren't lined up on a diagonal and the bullets for the front bumper, a big huge wide windshield. The front of the Cadillac building that we're in is set up to look like a Cadillac dealership, with these classic Cadillacs. In 1941 60 Special. A stone and tile Cadillac crest. And then of course, as in other showcases, some of the model cars. Then rooms full of old and new Cadillacs. These are what the buildings look like outside. That's the Lincoln building, Cadillac building that we were just in. And now we're heading to the Ford building. The lobby of the Ford, which is the Model A Museum, with these classic old Fords. 1929 Ford. Price $995. I'll take one. It's a replica of their parts department and their repair shops. How are things looking? Am I going to get my car back today? Man, a few words. A 1930 Ford Model AA tow truck. That is a 1930 Model AA 32 passenger school bus. And then we have a 1931 Model AA paddy wagon. I don't think it seats 32, but there's plenty of room back there. That was a brief look at the Gilmore Car Collection Museum. There's many more cars that we got to look at in many more different buildings. It's well worth coming here on your own to see all these classic cars. But I thank you for coming along in this adventure and guest adventures where everyone is a guest, including me. See you on the next video.